Let's start our tour of Acrobat XI directly with the user interface. If you've used Acrobat X, you'll recognize the new streamlined controls, but if you're just upgrading from Acrobat IX or earlier, you may find yourself in unfamiliar territory. Not to worry, we'll take the time to step through the way the new user interface works, and once you grow accustomed to the way it works, you'll find it clear and easy to use. At the top of the window is the menu bar, with full access to all the commands and functions within Acrobat. The first thing you may notice is the somewhat spare toolbar below the menus. Acrobat IX and earlier had a multitude of menus and toolbars, but starting with Acrobat X, Adobe cleaned up the interface and takes a more minimalist approach, and this carries through into Acrobat XI. While only a few commands are visible here on the toolbars, they are easily customized. Notice the right side of the toolbar where you'll see three headings for Tools, Sign, and Comment. This was introduced in Acrobat X and now has a few changes in Acrobat XI. Clicking any of these opens the task panel on the right-hand side. Within these panels, you'll see almost every command with easy access in expandable sections. Additional advanced sections are available by clicking the menu at the top right and placing a check mark next to the menu item that you want to see. We can also deselect them in the same way to hide menus if you don't need them and reduce interface clutter. Clicking the word Tools once again, we can hide the Tools pane and return to the full screen interface. Note that if you're using a Mac, the toolbar and task panes are only visible when you have a document open. Windows users will see these toolbars all the time. The Create button located in the upper left of the toolbar provides one-click access to the multitude of ways to start the PDF creation process. Clicking away from the menu, we can hover our cursor in the lower left corner of our document and we get a heads-up display showing the document's page dimensions. The display hides itself as soon as you move your cursor away from that area. Also on the left, we see a column of icons, providing quick access to various view functions. At the top is the Page Thumbnails icon, and clicking this opens a new panel on the left-hand side of the screen in which we see miniature thumbnails of each page in the document. Clicking on a thumbnail displays that page instantly. We can click the left-facing triangle to collapse and close the Thumbnails panel. Below the thumbnails are several other icons, each with its own panel. Acrobat XI features Read mode first introduced in Acrobat X. This is enabled by clicking the double diagonal arrow in the upper right corner of the toolbar. When you click the icon, the toolbars get out of your way and are replaced with a small heads-up display at the bottom of the screen. The heads-up display provides basic navigation functions, page up, page down, select page, as well as zoom, save, and print. Notice that the heads-up display will fade away as you move your cursor away from the heads-up display, and it becomes visible once again when you hover back over it. To exit from Read mode, just click the house icon in the right side of the heads-up display and you return to the full interface. In addition to Read mode, you can enable full screen mode, which will completely hide the interface for undistracted reading or presentation. By pressing Ctrl-L on Windows or Command-L on a Mac, you enter full screen viewing, and you can navigate normally through the document with page up, page down, and the arrow keys. And when you're ready to exit this mode, simply press Escape to return to the full interface. Acrobat shows one document at a time. We can see that by opening a second document. The new window has completely overlaid the other. We can access the other open documents by choosing Window and then selecting the document that we want to see. Closing a document will still leave Acrobat open with the original or remaining documents showing. Last but not least, we want to take a look at the help system that comes with Acrobat XI. If we click Help and choose Adobe Acrobat XI Pro Help, it will launch the browser and open the help.adobe.com website that provides access to both the Adobe help information as well as community help. You can search as you'd expect For example, we can search for the term optimize. We can set this search to return all community content, which includes help, tutorials, examples, and everything, or just direct it to provide only content from Adobe. If you have a slower connection or want to be able to refer to the help files when you're away from a connection, you can download a PDF of the entire help site for Acrobat. Click the Help item for Acrobat XI Manual, and it will download and open within Acrobat in your browser. Once it's open, you can read it within the browser or even save it to a file on your hard drive for later use. Notice that the help file has opened in Acrobat, but the interface is embedded within the web browser. Sometimes the browser may open the file in read mode. Reader is notorious for this, with no toolbars and the heads-up display showing. This can be confusing for some users. Remember that you can click the icon at the right-hand side of the heads-up display to return to the full Acrobat interface with toolbars showing. We'll close this and go back to Acrobat and take a look at some of the settings within Acrobat. Choosing Edit and then Preferences, we see just about the longest list of preferences in any program. But at this point, it's worth looking at the Internet section. By default, Acrobat XI will install itself to read PDF files within the browser, as we just saw. Clicking this link will take you to an Adobe Help page that explains how to change the browser settings to prevent PDF display within the browser. There are instructions for Internet Explorer, Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, and Apple Safari. I prefer to view my PDF files within the browser, but this is a choice that you'll have to make for yourself. There we have it, a quick walk through the new Acrobat XI interface.